list because we see that that's voter discrimination and that needs to stop. And then discrimination is alive and well. And right now you're seeing a shift and you're actually seeing things change. You're seeing people get mad, tearing down colonial statues. And I'm going to be honest, that's what I like to see. Things need to change.
That's a long answer from where you was born.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was like, give us some background, so I gave you some background.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna say I read it. So it look like we're looking at your Instagram. You're Black and Mexican.
Yes.
How was that? I know that was kind of two different cultures growing up.
It's different. In all honesty, I experienced living with my Latin family when we were very young. Me and my twin, we moved to the high desert with our Latin family. Literally, didn't get to know my dad until I was probably like about 8.5, 9 years old. So this whole time, I'm learning like, what is Blackness? Because at a certain age, I remember my mom first got me braids. I was like, this is different. I didn't really know why my hair was braided up like this, but it was good. I liked it. And she was telling us like, you're Black. And I'm like, what's Black supposed to be? This whole time I grew up as Latin, and she started having these conversations with us. And in school, I started realizing people were calling me ludicrous because the way my hair was like braided back. And I was like, what? And they're like, you're dope, you're Black. And I'm like, what's Blackness? And I remember when I met my father, I definitely started understanding and knowing more and understanding the way I would see people treat my dad, especially people who were lighter skinned, white, Latin. I would start seeing it. And then the conversation me and my father would have, literally like, Honey Lou, you're Black. He called me Honey Lou a lot. He's like, you're Black. You're gonna have to start realizing that things are different in this country for us. He's like, you're light skinned, but still at the same time, like, you're gonna have to understand different concepts and how people treat each other. You're gonna start learning a lot more. And I was very aware of it. And I started it became natural for me. I started spending a lot of time with my father. It became very natural for me to start understanding my Blackness very quickly, especially coming from the little bubble I was in the small hometown of Adelanto, where I'm from. Like, that's the hometown I was raised in, and going to San Bernardino in the area in the projects where it was predominantly Black. So seeing that and definitely understanding a lot more and seeing just the life and just starting to understand the inequality of resources, things of that nature, inequality of a lot. There wasn't any healthy restaurants. Grocery store was pretty close, but I would see how my grandparents would cook, and it was a lot different than how my Latin grandparents would cook. And I'm like, oh, there's not a lot of vegetables on this plate. So things were a lot different.
Black people.
I'm just being real. I love soul food. Don't get me wrong. It's just different. I'm like, yo.
Be saying that shit.
But I love eating both.
Christmas is expensive.
Oh yeah, I started seeing the discrepancies with a lot, and definitely starting to understand myself as a whole person. I had an identity crisis at one point. Like, who am I supposed to identify as? What am I supposed to do? What do I do? I left it alone. Huh?
Speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish too, pretty fluently. That's another thing too. Like, people, when I open my mouth, somebody who's a Latin descent, they're like, oh, hablas español? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, they get surprised. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I make music in Spanish too. So I'm just starting to see a lot, especially when it comes to discrimination from, lighter skinned Hispanics. Colorism is a very definite thing. Seeing how I'm treated in the community is something that I had to learn and I had to start embracing. And I embrace my Blackness everywhere I go. Just being of two different races, I had to definitely find my identity, and I just had to learn. I had to exist, I had to understand, and I had to learn a lot. So that's what it is to be Blacks again. Because people don't know, like, I'm not Afro-Latin, I'm Black and Mexican. It's a different thing than being, like, Cuban and Black, even though
Afro.
Yeah, even though, Cuban, Dominican, and their view of the way they go through things is a bit different, because some people are like, hey, it's just different, and I love it. It's cool, it's interesting.
You know, explain to us.
I love it.
I'm Black.
I consider myself Black for the most part too. And people are like, "What are you? I'm Black." And at the same time, like, it comes to question when I say
that's what they call you when they see you. Shit. When they see you, that's what they call you. When the infidels, shit. When they see you as Black. Shit.
I was gonna say, so I'm guessing because you got the Homeless Lives Matter. So I want you to talk about that. Like, did you have to deal with homelessness growing up or something?
Oh, I did for a while. Seeing different I just been through a lot. When I came out here to San Diego, I was kicked out of the place I was staying at, and I didn't have anywhere to stay. I lived in my car for about 8 months. It's a very long time. Hell yeah. And, you know, people treat you different when you don't got money. And you start understanding, like, why does money rule so much of a person's psyche and perception of you? And then you start realizing it runs the whole damn country. And how we look as Black people, they correlate that with being poor, with not having money, not having resources. And I'm starting to understand it's just a whole systematic thing. And the way I dealt with homelessness was, you know, I was still working Postmates. I found ways to take a shower. You know, I was grounded enough to get a gym membership to make sure, you know, I had a place to shower, I had a place to not lay my head, but, you know, chill out for a bit. So I was working out a lot, lost 50 pounds doing it. So I'm grateful for that. But
a lot of
homeless
people
lives
doing
matter.
that. My cousin said the same thing. My cousin was homeless, and he said he was doing the same thing, like get a gym membership. Yep. So I guess that's what.
It's a good resource. Yeah, don't sleep on the gym memberships. I'm gonna say, if anybody that may be going through homelessness or is going through homelessness watching this, get yourself a gym membership. You know, get yourself situated. It'll get your mind right.
Man, I saw it real quick. Not to be funny, it was funny, but he was a comedian. He was talking about. He said that he was homeless, and he was at the gym, and he ran into this rich dude at the gym, and they became cool. So he said, "Man, I appreciate this guy, man, because he took me from." He said he took him from like Planet Fitness to like one of the big gyms, like a 24-hour fitness, and he was like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "Man, I'm telling you, come here because they give you more locker space and shit." He thought he was gonna help him out in life or what? He thought he was gonna give him like some life tip or whatever, but he really took him to the other gym because they had more locker space because the dude didn't have nowhere to stay. That shit was funny though, man, because my man thought he was really about to get something from the rich dude, but he was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna show you where you can get a little bit more locker space."
But hey, sometimes it's the best way to help people because money don't always help. You know, just being real, you gotta. It's really a mindset to really get on it. But I feel like it's true.
I like what you said. Like you tell the truth. Like people be putting so much power on money, but like even though you was homeless, you didn't really need money to get out that situation. You just need to know the right people. So it's like money is cool, but if you got the right people, you would never be broken in your life. So
you just need to know good people that will definitely have your back.
Yeah. So how you?
Because you start. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying you were saying how you. What you were saying, you said you start doing Postmates and start going to the gym. Then what happened?
A lot more, like in the sense of I started focusing on music. I didn't stop performing. People didn't even know I was going through what I was going through, just because I put myself out there still. I wasn't afraid of what people thought about me, you know, or if I was wearing the same thing I was the other day. I was still like showered up. You start realizing people start understanding or start seeing you places, and that's really how you start making the good connections and networking. When you start focusing, because when you're homeless, you have a lot of time to start thinking. Hopefully you can channel that time to start really building. And so I built more of a connection base, started building more of a network out here in San Diego that set me up from when I came back to do a lot more. And I didn't stop performing. I got to know different people, got resources, performed at certain events. It was interesting. I even got to know a lot of people that were out, you know, who didn't have a car to sleep in, which was a luxury to a lot of people. Think about being on the concrete. You know, I've had to sleep on the concrete or sleep at the park because I was like, you know, this seat, you know, it doesn't recline all the way down, but that's a choice. But the warmth of a vehicle compared to being out in the elements and getting to know these people and being able to have a conversation, you realize a lot of people are struggling from mental illness, literally a lack of money. Some people aren't even on drugs homeless. Sometimes people say it's the choice. For some people, they rather live that way. It's sometimes cost effective, but nobody really chooses. There's a lot of things that systematically kind of bar you from getting a place, getting an apartment. It could be your credit. It could be, you know, your mental status, if you're, or even an addiction. Like a lot of things really do bar you. And speaking to a lot of people, you realize that a lot of people out on these streets can have a sound mind if people give them the time and the access to resources like 12-step programs. Definitely more affordable housing. When you're out here in San Diego, you start seeing these luxury ass hotels being built downtown. This shit makes me mad. I'm sorry, I gotta speak on it. You're seeing all these spaces built for people and ain't nobody in this fucking hotel but like maybe like 20 rich people and all the rest of the rooms are empty. That's the shit I don't like. And I'm starting to realize, why are these people in the streets when we can literally invest and solve the homeless problem? But we don't want to. We want to just keep catering to people with money and not in a cycle.
But I don't know. At the same time, because I used to always, you know, I said I live in Oceanside, so I live out here. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at like, if I'm homeless, I'm like, man, if I don't got no place to stay and I'm on the fucking beach every day, that's life. So some of these people,
that's
like,
true too. I can see that dynamic.
It depends where you at with it. So some people like, shit, like, you homeless, but shit, look, you on the beach, you chilling, you eating, you got your necessities. So I think some people, they used to it. They adjust to it and they like it.
You get used to the life. I did very quickly. You really do get used to it, but it becomes cyclic because you need somebody to really get in there and really, you know, I've been through 12-step programs, and something about it is you want to become a human again, which means you want to be a part of society, and not exactly a part of society where you're doing everything a certain way, you're doing everything the same way, but to live more of a healthy lifestyle. I feel like that should come first and foremost in our society, and definitely trying to understand where can we help people at, where can we have built more of a spiritual basis within people to let them understand, like, hey, there's more options than just wanting to live out on a beach, you know. There's a lot of danger with people just hanging out all the time as well, and I'm very aware of seeing certain behaviors out, especially in Ocean Beach and walking past.
They call it transits. They call them transits.
Transients, yeah. And it's you could see violent behavior. People, you don't want to encounter somebody who just did a ball of something hard and you're walking past them and they're hallucinating, or, you know, they get aggressive with you because there was a statement that was made. You want people to, you know, be sheltered, to also be safe, and that's something we have to be mindful of. So when I see large projects being built and it's catering to people with extreme amounts of money or who can afford a $300 stay a night at a hotel, I think those things need to change, and we need to start building a different dynamic and definitely healing our nation and our society from the inside out. And that starts with race relations. That starts with a whole bunch of things. I don't know. The debate made me mad, y'all. I don't know how y'all felt about that, but I see errors on both sides. And
I'm gonna say, shit about to get real pretty soon though, cause like a lot of people, most people are living paycheck to paycheck, and then I know they about to, they getting the EDD and they about to stop the, the renting thing. They had the law about the renting, so people not paying their rent. So it's gonna end up being a lot of people homeless. So shit, that's like real shit. Like anybody can be homeless. You never know what happened.
Hey, that's
exactly. People gonna learn that.
Mm-hmm. They warn us out here, man. They saying like, shit, man, you gonna have people knocking you upside the head for a carton of eggs. Shit, like it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad pretty soon. Where a lot of people gonna be out of work. That's why the debate. What you speaking on the debate. That's why it's like, I understand it's your job to be political and be a politician, man, but you can't ignore the shit that's going on. Like what they say, you only as strong as your weakest link, right? So if you sit there saying everything is fine, but man, you can't. I know I couldn't be comfortable saying everything is fine here in the country, being a politician, whether or not my district or wherever I govern is good or not, man. But like you were saying earlier, it's about money though, because I remember Dave Chappelle said the same thing. You got these
I just watched
poor
that.
white people lined up to vote for Trump, but he like shit. He like me more than he like y'all.
Yeah, he like people.
But y'all just can't. Y'all can't wait to go vote for this man who don't give.
They just
don't care about
they
you because
dumb.
you don't have nothing.
They see his color, but it ain't about color.
Some
it's
people
about
so
cash.
dumb. It's like, y'all can't wait to vote for Trump, man. He ain't for you. He wouldn't give you the time of day. But he let Dave Chappelle come in his house because Dave Chappelle a rich black man. Shit, he had Kanye West in the White House. Kanye West. If I would never be able to go to the White House to talk about.
He changed the law.
I got an uncle that's locked up. Huh?
I was saying, look at Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
She got people fucking out of jail and shit.
Damn.
So yes, I mean, I feel what you're saying. Like, yeah, man. But people always say, if you're gonna be homeless, man, California probably the state to do that shit.
Yeah,
it's the truth. I'm blessed I was in San Diego.
I swear I was walking around. We walking around the beach one day, and I'm looking at these folks, and I'm like, man, these dudes chilling out here, bro. You gotta see how they be living. They be laid up, just chilling, posted. Like I be like, man,
you got the ones that are saying.
Because I guess out here they're saying what they're doing in Oceanside is, like, and say they're in like Orange County, they're dropping them off over here.
Mm.
Yeah, the cops drop them off over here, so they staying out here. But then I guess Oceanside moving to San Diego. It's real bad in San Diego, man. You got to go out there, like that shit bad. It's
downtown is different. It was when I first seen downtown San Diego, I was like, this could become LA next year. This could become Skid Row next year. And when I seen all them tents, I was like, this is getting to Skid Row level. And we can solve the issue of homelessness. I remember there being I don't know if there's any proof of this, or I haven't seen any, I don't know the source of this, but I remember just seeing a quick Instagram post and seeing how much money somebody spent. I think it was Jeff Bezos or whoever ran for president, somebody who ran for president can really put all the money in their campaigning and solve the homelessness crisis. And so I really do think that is true. I think when we invest in our communities, that's going to be the best way to go now. We can't keep investing in the same old traditions and indoctrinations we thought were working. We are seeing right now, especially since the veil is lifted, because everybody been chilling, everybody has access to more education and being able to see what the hell is really going on, that they're like, wait, the system ain't never served us. Even certain white folks are like, shit, this system ain't serving me. People are waking up. I see white folks at protests, and I even said in the interview recently, like, this shit looked like Coachella. When I went to certain protests out here, I was like, yo, so many whites, because they're understanding, yo, shit is fucked up. And definitely you're starting to see oppression on different sides, and especially when it comes to paper. You're really starting to see.
That's why we applaud y'all, man. Y'all out there. Shit, I live in Brooklyn, New York, and man, they protested right by my house. You know what I'm saying? And I caught it all on TV, but I said the young people, man, they really out there trying to make a change, trying to get in some good trouble. Rest in peace to John Lewis. But yeah, man, like it's crazy though. But we do applaud y'all out there putting it where I'm too old to be out there running around. They crack me in my back. It's a wrap.
And we already did our time. We was in the Marine Corps, and now it's time for y'all to put in y'all work. We was in the Marines too, so yeah, it's time for y'all to put y'all work in. Shit, we did our job.
We got to. Our generation wants to change it. We definitely got to change it. Like when I went to school, I started seeing people more together. I started seeing more mixed race couples and stuff. Like, we're the generation that is beginning to understand, like, whoa, we need to be woke to each other's issues. And how I mentioned that shit look like Coachella, I'm hearing white folks really bringing up some shit only black folks were bringing up and it was only us bringing it up. Now they're like, the system's fucked up. There's unequal sentencing. And I'm like, only black people used to really talk about that. Even in going to my African-American studies courses, in college, I was like,
look, you wanted something though. You wanted something with that.
I've been saying, like, think about in California, man, it don't matter what race you is. You're going to have one white friend. You got a friend out of every race in California. You can't, it's hard to be racist in California, man, because it's like you done went to school with some white people, you went to school with Asian people, you went to school with Mexican people, Filipino people. You're like, shit, man, and somebody cool out each race. So it's like you can't really just be on no super racist shit out here. It's crazy. Too many mixed couples out here. Too many mixed babies out here.
Yeah, but
that is true.
You own something with that when you're saying the white people are starting to complain about the black people problems. Because if you think about it, they didn't care about health care and drug addiction and all of that until white people start getting strung out on heroin and overdosing. Now you got people on TV. They on TV on the thing talking about I was addicted to crack cocaine and I went to this center and got help. A white dude. I had to turn around and look at the goddamn TV. I said, a white man just said on TV that he was addicted to crack cocaine, and they took him to a program and got him the help he need. So you wanted something with that. If they out there saying those things like that, then shit, change could be around the corner.
Hey, but the black man,
damn well what they gonna do if they don't get what they supposed to get? They gonna tear some shit up.
Hey, but the
exactly.
But he ain't say nothing about the black man that got 25 years for selling them the crack
all day.
Yeah.
All day. He on crack. That same a black person who's addicted to crack cocaine was still put in prison. Even if you smoked it or sold it, the orders to the cops was to arrest the user and arrest the dealer. Which is why you left a lot of minority communities in shambles in the 80s because you arrested both. Shit, the daddy was selling the crack and mama was smoking it, so they both went to jail.
Yeah, and then the government was the one bringing it in. That's the crazy part. They was bringing it in to
shit.
Yeah, they was bringing it into old boy Rick Ross. That's the real Rick Ross.
I was gonna mention that story. He said a white dude gave it to him, showed him how to cook it. I don't think that shit true.
it's funny. The craziest part about it was Reagan. So he wanted some shit called the war on drugs. But to get they wouldn't fund it, the government. So he ended up doing some shit in Nicaragua, funding their drug wars to get the money for the drugs. And then he was bringing the drugs to Rick Ross. Rick Ross was getting the shit straight from Nicaragua and shit.
Hey, what they say? Black people don't fly no damn plane.
Yeah, we ain't got no motherfucking planes and no helicopters. So why would you? I'm saying if you giving them the dope to sell, how they getting arrested when you giving them the dope? Like that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy game.
Look, like you said, homeless problems. What they do with drug money?
Use it.
They can use that money to help homelessness. Look, if you run up you taking 2, 3 million, 10, 15 million from these people, what the fuck y'all doing with that money?
I agree. I believe decriminalizing drug use and destigmatizing it, making more of it a health issue, will definitely bring that more to a close too. Because then definitely there'll be more availability, more access to funding. Like when I look at the Netherlands and how low their drug use has become and how lowered it is because they don't stigmatize it. There's more and into the organizations to help. And I think we need to stop making it a black and white issue and definitely get into the bare bones of it, which is
they didn't turn into a money issue with the weed now.
Yeah,
so they get billions off weed a year. So shit, weed ain't too bad now because they get billions of dollars off of it. But you lock up people.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of stuff.
It's because black and brown folks use weed and they want to stigmatize it.
I would say it's a lot of
really
stuff.
What it was.
It's a lot of stuff you can do to help homelessness. You can legalize weed. You can legalize prostitution. All that tax money can help out homelessness because ain't no prostitution finna go away and ain't no weed finna go away. So just make them legal.
Yeah, you ain't never gonna stop them.
I believe that too.
You ain't gonna never stop that. they out there making money off that shit.
You know what I'm saying? You might well just make it safe and make it where you can, like shit. Like
Amsterdam.
My whole thing is like even with prostitution, I don't understand why. Like, okay, most of the men, like the black men, get arrested for being a pimp, but then you got brothels in Vegas. So I'm like, how they got brothels?
That's the same thing.
Yeah. So it's like everything is like basically everything in life is. If you look at it, it's always kind of like based on race and shit. Everything is like different compared to your race. So it's a cold game. But I'm
gonna lighten the mood. We finna go into this next.
I was gonna ask you about her song right quick before we.
Talk about Next to Me. Then we gonna play it.
Oh no, she had. Oh, I was gonna ask her about. I was gonna ask her something right quick because we, Lakers on and all that.
Ask me. I'll touch upon it very briefly.
Yeah. Go ahead, Poe. All right. Yeah, because Lakers on right now. So why you feeling like Kobe? I said, why are you feeling like Kobe?
Like Kobe?
Yeah, you got a song.
Kobe was. Oh, Kobe was that dude. So this is what happened when we went into the studio. I went into the studio with an individual named Young Jinx. And we were talking basketball. And he was like, how you feel about Kobe? I was like, Kobe's that nigga, though. Like, everybody is sleeping on Kobe. Like, the conversation, LeBron had just came in. He broke some records. Everybody was forgetting about Kobe. Everybody was like, Kobe's trash. Or, like, Kobe ain't is this and that. And at the time, I think this was 2016, 17, maybe 18. I don't even remember. It was just a minute ago. And I'm hearing all this stuff. And I'm like, people are sleeping on Kobe. He has so many haters. People kept discrediting the fact that he got all them rings. You know what I mean? I was like, Kobe got on rings. He was being slept on. People were doubting him. And I felt the same way, like, especially in my community. People were doubting me. I wasn't getting love in my community at the time where I was at. Like, people would diss me. People weren't trying to pay me for my time. I was like, okay, y'all ain't seeing the accolades I'm getting. I'm over here getting these interviews. I'm over here getting all this stuff. But y'all want to treat me like I'm nothing? I'm feeling like Kobe right now. Okay, y'all can definitely put your little, like, little blinders on when it comes to me, but you can't deny the fact that I'm the shit, and that's Kobe. So that's why the song came about, and he had written it. It was actually going to be called Writing, but he added the hook. He was like, I want you to add this, feeling like Kobe, ain't no stopping me, because it was just something that motivated. It was just a motivational thing, and I was like, hell yeah, let's add that, because we had just literally had a conversation about Kobe and how everybody's trying to diss him, but I'm like, this dude worked with the team to get these rings. Those clutch shots weren't for nothing. Like, something is just Kobe. Like, Kobe's an essence, and nobody recognized that till he died, and then he became a legend. But at the time, even before his death, people were like, it's just Kobe. He ain't as good as LeBron. It's like, he's still a GOAT. don't ever discredit Kobe. That's just how I felt. Like, I'm very passionate when it comes to
Yeah,
Kobe.
you should have jumped on last night.
We was talking about Kobe.
I would have got out real quick and been like,
nah, you know,
I
mean, I'm one of those dudes that say LeBron better than Kobe. You know, even though I did like Kobe, because you know what it is. You can't not respect what Kobe did for basketball, whether you was a fan or not. You feel me? Like, so what it was is I mean, I'm a LeBron fan. I was a Kobe fan. I ain't gonna lie. There was times where I rooted for Kobe, and you know what messed me up when they played. I'm from Sacramento, so. We played the Kings played the Lakers in 2003 in the Western Conference Finals, and the referee fixed the series so the Kings would lose. Oh, yeah. And ever since then, I was upset, man. I used to be so upset with Shaq and Kobe because it felt like the NBA wanted them to win, so the referee was betting on the game, so he was fixing little calls at the end so that the Lakers would win because that's who he bet money on. So
damn,
that made me mad, man. And so yeah, 2003 Sacramento got shafted out the front. We would have won the title that year.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, I didn't hear that song, but no, I had the two songs you sent, the Red Moon and the Next to Me. But shit, man, and Next to Me, that shit, that's a good ass song, man.
You really like it? I'm over here feeling it. So
yeah,
the story behind
I feel it.
I'm glad you like it. The little dude, my homie, he passed away last year. God rest his soul. His name's David McDaniel, aka Dapper D's. That song was written about a relationship I was in for 8 years. It was a beautiful relationship. Just how I think about this individual. And we were when I went into the studio to go lay down the sax solo, we weren't on so good terms, but all I can really do is feel the love that I still felt for this individual, lay down the sax solo. Next to Me is one of those classics just because, like, I really felt it. I felt everything that I was saying. And I try to make it gender neutral for anybody who would listen to it. Didn't put gender on it because I want this song to be for anybody who's in love, because I'm very mindful of love. Love is love. Listen to what we like to think, oh, they gay, so it ain't serious. I'm like, love is serious. Just leave that alone. We're not going to talk about that right now. But
yeah, that's another thing y'all young people do. I got a 15-year-old daughter, and last year she was a freshman last year. So the first day of school, she came home and she met I was like, who you talking to on the phone? She's like, my friend, but it sounded like a girl. I was like, oh. I was telling my wife, I was like, oh, man, she done met somebody already. That's good. And she was like, stop saying it's a girl. I'm like, what you talking about? That's a
pronouns
to me. So she was like, nah, that's a boy who wants to be a girl.
That's a fact.
You put one of these songs. Shit, I'm killing everybody in these all day. Hey, you was telling me that you had a song with Beanie. How'd that come about?
Yeah, Beanie Siegel. Well, how it started was he had shared one of my posts, and I was freestyling. I was doing a cold summer challenge, and I went off on that joint. So when he shared it, it got like 40,000 views ish, and I'm like, yo, let me hit Beans up and see if he'd do a track. And he was like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? He was very humble, very cool, and he loved the beat and shit. We got to work.
You had to pay him.
Poe love Beanie Siegel. Boy.
Yeah, I don't want to ask, but you had to pay him, or he just did it off love.
That's through management. Management took care of all of that, so I don't know how that went about. Yeah,
no, that's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah, Beans, man, he still got it, man. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it just.
Did y'all check it out?
He got one long, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing now. It just his voice kind of low. You be having to like really listen. His voice ain't as strong as it was before, but he still got the flow. Actually, one of the dudes I just interviewed today sent me a song he just did with him. So I see he's still working. It seems like he's
working hard.
Yeah,
he working hard. He definitely one of the greats.
But he's smart, man. Like that's what I'm saying, man. You listen to his bars, man. He was spitting. Then, like I said, man, Jay-Z was like using him, man. I see what Jay-Z was doing with him. But anyway, nobody talk about that. Yeah. Nobody would see that shit. Like he was like, it was like every time Beanie Siegel shit dropped, Jay-Z shit dropped right after. And it was like, he was kind of like, I don't know, I think he was like using.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll talk about that later.
Hey, man, Beanie, yeah. Nah, Beanie got some of the songs that make you like look at life.
But
like,
just listen to, I've been saying, you remember The Blueprint, right?
Of course.
Becoming came out before the Blueprint. Becoming had all them soul beats on it. He was working with Kanye and Chad West and all them and Just Blaze
back then
before Blueprint. He had the Blueprint before the Blueprint. So
that is crazy.
That's a fact. Y'all can look at that and look at the dates. Becoming came out before the Blueprint. So all that soul beats.
You know what it is? You know what it is too? It's like Jay and you know Jay-Z probably was like, that's a new sound. I'm gonna let you try that shit on your album first.
Yeah. And then see what happened with your shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I'm gonna have that Blueprint lined up for their ass when you
look at that shit. Go back and look at it, man. Go back and look at it. Like I was like, man. And then Benny Siegel, like Nas was kind of saying that shit. Speaking of Nas was kind of when they was dissing. Nas was kind of saying Beanie the Tighties in your crew. But you listen.
Oh yeah, compared to Beanie
kind of be on that.
Yeah, he did say that compared to
Yeah, Beanie.
Hey, but then Jadakiss killed Beans though. Jadakiss killed Beans on his diss track.
Everybody said that shit a tie. Somebody was talking about it today. They said it was a tie.
He said,
man, I fuck with both of them equally, man. I fuck with Kiss Humble. Yeah, Kiss Humble as hell too, man. Yeah, they both. Man. Yeah, Kiss is tough. They both tough, but Kiss, yeah. I say it's a tie. I can't.
Yeah. Who your top five?
Now say it. Yeah, who your top five?
My top five. Ooh, it would be Kiss, Nas, AZ.
Okay, AZ one of my tops.
Yeah, and I was just listening to Wu-Tang the other day. I said, damn, and Tupac, but Wu-Tang including Method Man and all of them. Yeah, that's still to this day.
Well, who the female?
What's your favorite AZ
top
song?
Five female.
Top five females. Oh, yeah. No lie, I would have to say. I remember back listening to MC Lyte, and I had one of her songs stuck in my head for years. Then I got myself 4 times.
Might say
but I like Lil Kim too. Lil Kim used to come hard back in the day. Man, I fucked with Lil Kim.
But shit, I think Foxy was shit. Foxy was tight
Foxy too. Foxy was on some real nigga shit though. Yeah, I fucked with Foxy too.
That's why it was crazy back then because you had both of them at the same time. That shit was hard to pick who was who.
It was.
And then
Foxy came out with KC, then Killer Kim came out with Big. So it was like both of them was dope.
Yo, so then all the crews had to try to find a dope female. So then you had Eve come out. Then they tried to bring Rod Digger with Flip.
You had Mia X. Yeah, you had Mia X
with No Limit.
You had Gangsta Boo. I gotta shout her out.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think about this? They said Trina done birthed all these new rap girls out now. All these mulattoes and Meg Thee Stallions and City Girls. They said Trina birthed them.
Nah, it would be definitely Lil Kim. I have to say, Lil Kim was definitely one of the first women that was like, I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna fuck what y'all think. I do this, I do that, and y'all just gotta respect it.
How many moms and girls and daughters was like, woo, when she said, I used to be scared of the dick. Now I put lips to the shit. Niggas like,
but we was talking about that damn nigga too though. You couldn't even listen to that damn nigga.
Yeah.
That damn
nigga when
they
you
was sneaking.
She said, "Lick nutsack like me." You like, what the fuck you talking about? Yeah, you don't know damn.
She said she gonna fuck. Hey, and she said she gonna fuck about 5, 6 best friends. I was like, man, come on, man, y'all. This how it really go down.
He said Tater Head. He had to call up Tater Head. He said, shit.
Trina came after her, so she can't say. Trina probably did pave the way for a lot of younger women, but I don't think that she's the reason. Lil Kim did that.
She didn't break that ground in female rap like Lil Kim
did. Did y'all see that shit with I want to ask you about the Brat, but did you see that shit with Lisa Ray and the Brat?
Oh.
Y'all saw that shit yet? Man, that shit was funny, man. Lisa Ray snapped on the Brat ass. She snapped on all of them. I guess they got a show. It's Lisa Ray, Claudia Jordan, Sylvia Johnson, and Fox. So they brought on the Brat. But the Brat ain't talked to Lisa Ray since she came out.
Oh.
So the Brat was like, "Happy birthday, Punk. I miss you." And she was talking about all this childhood shit. And Lisa Ray was like, man, fuck that. Y'all, you ain't talked to me since you came out. All these people asking me what's going on. And then everybody started talking. And she was like, fuck that. Y'all don't know what the fuck going on. Fuck all y'all. You know what's going on, but fuck everybody else. Y'all ain't see that shit?
Nah, hell nah. I'm gonna look that shit up.
Man, Lisa Ray been tripping. She been tripping lately, man. Like she want people to remember her or something. Like, I don't know.
She was just saying, no. She was just, it was kind of fucked up because, like, she said to Brad, her sister, but she said the Brad didn't never call her about coming out. She said she had to learn everything just through social media. And then she said everybody was calling her, like, for interviews and asking her what's going on. And she couldn't speak on it. She was like, why you ain't say nothing? But I guess the Brad was saying, like, basically Lisa Ray, how she is. Lisa Ray don't play, she straight up with it. So the Brad was kind of scared. Because when she started saying that shit, you got to watch it. The Brad got hella quiet. She ain't say shit.
That's crazy. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm gonna find that clip.
Yeah, that shit got views. It probably had almost 1 million now. That shit was funny. She snapped on everybody up in there. She ain't playing. But I said, what you think about the Brad?
Yeah, I love the Brad to death. Now that I think about it, she really was before Younger May, even though she wasn't technically a stud.
We knew what's up.
Right, we know what's up, but it's like, you know, she was one of the first to come out dressing like a boy. You know what I'm saying? To where it could give you a mixed image. You know what I mean? Like, damn, is she gay? Is she not gay? So I think it was definitely the Brat. It was the Brat. So shout out to the Brat.
Said she was fucking with she said she was fucking with Iverson back then. She just came out and said that.
Yeah, that's crazy. We never would have knew that.
But it was
and she was some crazy shit. She was like, yeah, I love. See, that's why I was gonna ask you. Cause I was like, man, I know people like some girls. Okay, you know how the Brat, but the Brat said she said when she was with Allen Iverson, she loved being a girly girl. She said she used to be domestic, cook, clean. She said I used to wake up and jack him off every day. So I was like, yeah. She said that shit. So I was wondering, like, with the women that say they're gay, do they say they're gay just because they ain't really meet the right dude to submit to? Sometimes
I want to say that some, yes. The thing about it is if you're actually gay, you don't have an attraction to men. But there's people who they're having battles with themselves. And in the inside and in their mind, it be the hardest stuff. And they be on a low, fucking niggas and shit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And you never would think that because they look like men. They talk like niggas, all that. But they still a woman. You know what I mean?
Shout out to X Videos. I saw a little clip.
Yo!
I was like,
hey, flag on the play, nigga. Flag on the
Yo, bro.
I was like, okay.
Man. Yeah, they do it though. Yeah, they do it though. But it's an identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know you like me. I know I'm a woman, but I know I like women. That's why I'm not all hard and you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm a woman. I live like a woman. You know what I'm saying? But I am the dominant fixture in my household and in my relationship. But I don't want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy being a woman, but I like women. That's it. So if a stud go and start messing with dudes on the low or have secret fantasies of a man, then yeah, possibly she didn't find the right dude.
Yeah, cause I be thinking like it's a lot of I be thinking it's a lot of females that like they just got in a bad relationship with the wrong dude. Now that's where they want to go. So it's like
that's how that girl was on Love and Hip Hop.
My sister kind of did that.
Love and Hip Hop was like that too.
Yeah, my sister did that shit. My sister was kind of like that. Then she just met the wrong dude and want to go like that. Then she went back. So I know that.
But you can meet the wrong stud too. You can meet the wrong stud.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. She met a stud. Look just like Manny Fresh. Used to beat the shit out of her. And she went right back to the dude.
No, for real.
My sister, but that's fucked up. He looked just like Manny Fresh.
I dig it though.
He was beating the fuck out of her. Then she her ass went right. I was like, damn. I was like, how you letting the girl beat up on you? I was surprised. Like, man, you better fight back. What the fuck wrong with you? That was funny to me. Look just like Manny Fresh.
But,
that's crazy. Look just like Manny Fresh. I'm hollering.
Yeah, what you got in store for 2021?
2021, I got a lot of upcoming features that is gonna be like really huge. I'm not gonna say it yet because I don't want to release the information. I just want y'all to stay tuned and watch out.
Oh, we already locked in. We're gonna go to one of your songs. I think we got let me see what I got. I think I got stand. I'm going to this. You got stand up, and I'm gonna go on to the other joint you sent me.
Casual.
The exclusive world premiere. What's this? 2020? Is it called 2020?
2020. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna go into that one. What's that one about?
I mean, it's pretty much about what's going on right now in the world, and a lot of things that we got, as far as coronavirus and this racial profiling and police brutality, stuff like that. So it's just some real shit for y'all.
Let's do it.
Want us to be promiscuous, want us to be belligerent.
Our schools are in this condition in the inner city is problematic to me. Yeah.
They try to keep us ignorant, want us to be promiscuous, want us to be belligerent, purposely inconsiderate. Can't read between the lines, they keeping us illiterate. Try to take our dignity, take away from our energy, take away from us mentally, taken from us for centuries. Then we have goals, a strong mind, and longevity. Marriages, white picket fences, and prosperity. Who told them that success will ever be in their destiny? Live long lives, raise their kids all successfully. How dare we all staying alive with all the plans they derive? Minorities shouldn't have an authority. The rich make the rules, and then they call the shots. Then define the laws, lock us up to stir the pot. And then we all got just black on black casualties. Then assault and battery. Man, this shit is tragedy. Go to war with each other, not police brutality. A cop take away a life, they take away your salary. It's crazy how they sitting there acting like they proud of us. First we got corona, now the 5G towers up. Families is dying, they got stimulus to compensate. Try to buy us out, but we know how they operate. Natural disasters is happening, earthquakes from fracking in, corona on packaging. Damn, what's happening? We gotta get educated, cause that's what we lacking in.
They young, they hype, emotions. They're more emotional than logical because they young. They didn't have us, they're telling us what to do. So what did they do? They wilded the fuck out. What the fuck did y'all expect them to do? What did y'all expect them to do? But yesterday was the 99-year anniversary of Black Wall Street. They burned Tulsa, Oklahoma to the ground for what they believed in. They didn't give a fuck about our businesses.
We suffer from separation. What happened to reparations? Our 40 acres and mules. Take a look at our schools. They not supplying the tools. They turning us into mules. Then they trying our hands, forcing us into drugs, turning us into thugs. We letting them be the judge. Then we holding the grudge. Time that we switch it up. Time that we switch the cycle. Start putting down the guns. Then revisit the Bible. A lot of shit left us traumatized. We have to realign our minds and who we idolize. Shit dates way back to Haile Selassie. Back when it was war with Napoleon Bonaparte. Try to beat the odds just to even the scores. And now they hate blacks because Napoleon lost the war. The color of our skin depicting the way we treat it. They teach us that we worthless and then we start to believe it. Anything we set our minds to, we can achieve it.
If you were made to realize how black people really feel and how fed up we are without that old compromising sweet talk. Stop sweet talking. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what kind of hell you've been catching, and let him know that if he's not ready to clean his house up, if he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm older now, so that shit like that just hit me. It hit me in the heart. You feel me? Because you just talking real facts on there. Like shoot 'em up, bang bang music. That shit still feel good to me sometimes too. But every now and then, like you gotta elevate your mind and get some facts out there. But I fuck with it.
That's a fact. Thank you. Much appreciation.
Hold on, let's get some Angel. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
All right.
What you think about that? I saw you with your eyes closed.
The song was real. I felt a lot of it just because, you know, all of us young folks are out because we're starting to see the shit for what it is and we speaking on it. And this song is a very big example of it. And it's more evident now that we got to pause, that society had to pause. And everything that you were saying, I'm not gonna lie, was hitting like a mug. And I honestly feel like a lot of things are pushed in front of our faces as a distraction. So hearing a lot of the things, the 5G towers, the rich dynamic, I like to call it the proletariat and the bourgeois. A lot of these things are hitting right now because we waking up to it, and you putting that in that music and putting it in that song was definitely making me feel that shit heavy.
Hey,
I love it.
She
you don't even know. I was like, damn, I can't wait to work.
Go burn the cop car. Hey, man, look, nah, that shit is like you were saying, distractions. I always make a joke with Poe. I say, look, man, they know when shit get crazy, man, they probably gonna call up Nike to put out a bread 11. Like, yo, we need y'all to drop some shit real quick because these niggas is going crazy right now.
Yo, what's up, man?
We need to get their ass off the street and in them lines and buy them goddamn sneakers because, shit, if you tell some niggas protesting that Foot Locker about to drop some bread 11s, a few of them gonna leave.
That's true.
They go get in line, get them goddamn sneakers because money, because, you know they gonna flip them or they gonna do whatever they, you know what I'm saying? But on that note, Poe used to Poe always asks the guests, how would you flip $1,000 in a legal way in this current 20? Like, if somebody gave you $1,000, what would you do to try to flip that?
Well, to flip it, I'll probably take it and save it or put it in Bitcoin, maybe crypto, and let it accrue through Bitcoin probably. That's probably what I'll do with it.
Say, look, you lost a lot of weight too. I know Angel was saying she lost some weight. Like, you lost some weight too.
Who, me?
Yeah, I was looking at your picture.
Yeah, hell yeah, I did. I just dropped 50 pounds. I'm working on another 50, and I'm at my goal. It just came about. One day I woke up and said, I'm about to start eating right. I'm about to just start walking and eating right, and it's working out.
We started like a fast today with the church.
So that's all you was doing, just walking and eating right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 months. Yeah, 3 months.
I'm about to do that shit too. We just started a fast with the church today. Man, you know what's funny? Last night, so it was like last night was like the last night before we had to start. So, man, I made like crab cakes and fries. Niggas was eating cake and shit. So today, shit, I was fucked up because I had made a smoothie this morning. I told my wife, I said, I'm about to go to the fucking ER, nigga. I'm dying right now. Like, she's like, nah, you good. Today I had this morning I had a smoothie, and then shit I ate. So this morning at like 10 I had the smoothie. I ain't eat again till like 7. I just made like some wheat spaghetti with the sauce. That's all we had.
That's not good.
Damn.
So, like, you gotta eat every 3 hours. Small meals every 3 hours.
Dying, bro. I was like, nigga, huh?
What y'all gotta eat?
Oh no, we just can't have you can't have nothing artificial with no sweeteners at all. So no sugar, no syrups, no agave, none of that. Only fruits, veggies. Only thing you can drink is 100% juice and water. Nothing with any additives in it. No breads, no eggs,
no carbs.
What you gonna eat then?
Yeah, no, huh?
You ain't ate yet, but so what you gonna eat? You probably gonna eat after this.
No, I just ate before we started. But I ate this morning. I had a headache, man. I had headache all day. I thought my shit.
No, you want your body with that crab cake.
Yo,
nigga, I smelled a fucking white macadamia cookie from the room. It was in the kitchen. Playing. I said, I think I smell a cookie, bro. She's like, you can't do it though. I just wanted that fucking cookie. But they tell you when your body gonna do that to you, but you just gotta fight against your flesh, man. So that's what they trying to teach us now. It's like your flesh gonna crave all that stuff, but like you gotta have that discipline not to eat it. But also it's health benefits to it.
I said that.
But that shit had me hurt. I should have ate like that yesterday because my body was thinking, and I always drink coffee. You can't have no coffee.
Yeah.
So my body ain't getting no coffee today. So I was fucked up today.
I'm saying, so what did you eat? Just ate the spaghetti?
I had the smoothie. I think I had a banana like in the middle of the day, and then I had like the spaghetti for dinner. But that's all.
What you gonna eat in the morning?
I went on protein.
Oh yeah, that too. But I think tomorrow we're probably gonna have some oatmeal with like some raisins in it and some cinnamon or something.
Yeah, she said you eat no protein though. You can't eat no meat.
Yeah, I ain't had no protein. Oh, we bought some. Man, she bought some tofu, but I'm scared of that shit. I ain't never had it.
I ate protein. I went on a protein diet.
You doing keto shit? Keto?
I ate meats, eggs. I took out carbs and sugars. Huh?
Is it called
keto?
Nah, it's not the keto, but it's kind of like the keto. So I did it before, and when I was in another city, I just started dieting and stuff, and I did it before I lost weight. Then I stopped and I gained it back. So I knew how to lose weight already. So all I did was eat every 3 hours, eat small meals every 3 hours, make sure it's protein, and drink a lot of water and walk 40 minutes 3 times a week. You're gonna lose the weight.
Yeah. Do that because hey, you can't have no alcohol on the thing I'm doing too. Could you drink?
I don't drink, but the people that I know that do diet and stuff that drink, they drink Tito's. Tito's
right now. Yeah, vodka don't got like white, like clear liquor don't got a lot of calories.
Right. Don't drink no wine.
Drink no beer though. Yeah.
No beer, no wine. Nothing with
wine. Hey.
Yeah. So you gonna drink gotta be a hardcore.
Now Angel said that sugar probably had me detoxing because I ain't had no sugar really, but yeah, man, that shit I was on one. I was right before we got on tonight. I was like, yo, I'm gonna be able to get on this shit tonight, man. I got a big ass headache. I took some Tylenol.
And you gotta keep drinking water. That's the only thing gonna help you out.
Wait, but you said you're a coffee drinker. You ain't drink no coffee today, did you?
Yeah, because we can't have no coffee.
So you gotta drink.
That's why you got a headache. You need to drink. You need to just drink some coffee with no sugar and just add a little cream in it, so you could get rid of your headache. You're having a caffeine fit.
I was hurting, yo. This shit was bad today, man. I was like, I ain't doing this. I'm gonna go eat me a piece of chicken.
You gotta do it for a whole month?
Nah, we doing it for 21 days. We doing it with the church. It's a Daniel fast.
Yeah. I mean, I did that pescatarian. I did that for a year, so you can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Really.
That's a fact.
That's what Angel said before she got off.
Yeah, I did that shit for a whole year, but I broke that shit right after that year. I went right back to eating regular. Yeah, I was like, man, I like chicken too much. That year just taught me how much I like chicken and hamburgers and pizza. I was like, fuck that.
That's a fact.
I don't give a fuck. Cause then what messed me up too with the vegan shit. So I started doing the vegan shit, and I started getting the Impossible burgers and the vegan stuff out the store. Then my boy was like, "Well, you can't really get that stuff because it's processed too." I'm like, "Fuck it, then." Like, don't matter no more. Like,
but they say the Impossible burgers is worse than regular burgers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna eat the regular shit, like whatever.
They got a lot of fat in them, man.
It
Kayla, you watched the debate last night?
I've seen little parts of it. I knew it was gonna be crazy.
Was it last night or night before?
It was a few nights ago. A few nights ago. But I knew it was gonna be crazy. That's why I just kept clicking in and out. They out of line.
Yeah, they make it hard for anybody to choose with that shit.
Fucked up either way.
But like I told Poe, man, Biden, you don't want to play that game with him because he a master at that shit he did at the debate. Like that ain't Biden lane to be insulting and doing shit like that. So you don't want to get into that type of debate with him because he good at that shit. Like Poe said, Trump don't care about the facts. He don't care about. He
white.
He don't care if you catch him in a lie because he like I'm white.
Yeah, he's white.
So, he always been caught in a lie.
Real white person. Real white people don't give a fuck. They just like I'm white. I go. I'm white. Man, we got the ballots. Kanye on the ballot for real. I might just vote for Kanye and say fuck it.
We might have to because the way it's looking. The way it's looking, we might have to vote for. I don't know though. Trump did do a lot of good shit and bad shit. So it's hard.
About Trump, man, we get. I mean, that's my whole thing with Trump right now. It's like, man, you get a lot of money with Trump, man. Trump, money. Like I know he's crazy,
but that's that distraction. Is it the distraction I was talking about?
Yeah, you getting paid with Trump. So I was like, people be talking bad about Trump, but I can see what you like.
Hey,
you been getting money.
He had the whole hood. He had the whole hood filing for SBA loans, and niggas ain't never had
that's what I'm saying. Shit, Obama wasn't doing that shit. I remember Obama. We had some. We had a stimulus with Obama. It was on like $500.
Yeah, we did in the beginning.
Trump getting people shit. Trump, you get paid with Trump. You get racks with Trump.
Yeah, we getting bread with Trump.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing though. He said, "Man,
I know what he's doing exactly."
Yep. He knew it was coming up.
And then I said, but Joe Biden, old ass, I don't know if he gonna survive, man. He can't even talk. I'm saying you can't even out-talk Trump, and Trump talks so crazy. You can't beat him. It's like, I don't know about him. Maybe they should have got it better.
They both. I think Trump like 76 and Biden 77. So I mean, but here go my thing. This is what I believe. I believe they don't care about the age of Trump because they look at it like this. If something happened to Trump, they still got a white man in Pence in office. They know if you got Biden in there, he's 77, 72, you're going to have a black woman running the country. They don't want that.
I still don't think she's black. I don't think she's black.
Hey, if
you know why? You know why I don't think she's black? I don't think she's black because I saw this interview. They asked her, who is your favorite rapper alive?
Oh, I saw that. She said Tupac. Yes,
and then she started laughing. And then she was like, oh, I always do that. But she couldn't name another rapper. But you a black
woman. She only did that. She only said that after the person told her that Tupac was dead.
That's what I'm saying. But you a black woman. If you a black woman, you going to be able to name off rappers.
She was at
But wait, she didn't know Tupac was dead?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, did she really fuck with black people like that? I think she be on more of that, she on the other side. What's the other race she is? Is she like
Indian? Yeah. Indian.
I don't think she was.
Indians know Tupac dead though. Indians know Tupac dead.
Yeah, she was like next. Then she was like, it was like a hard question first. She was like, next question. I'm like, next question.
Yeah, she did.
Besides Tupac,
I did see her do that.
Tupac died in '96 or something, and you don't know no other
27 years ago, man. That's
you
crazy.
You could have said Drake. You could have said J. Cole.
Young Thug, anybody. Jay-Z, everybody know Jay-Z. Come on,
man. So I was like, man, does she really fuck with us like she said she do? She can't name like one rapper besides Tupac and Snoop.
Yeah.
Know about her.
Yeah, come on, come in.
Like, you know, I remember there's a quick story. Like, I'm not sure she really fuck with us like she claims to fuck with us. That's just me though. You know.
Now, if you're in California, you ain't falling. If you live in Cali, man, you ain't falling for none of that shit she doing.
Yeah, she said she was arresting us up. That's what she was doing out here, putting us in jail.
I was a part of getting arrested under her shit too. The law she passed, I was facing 3 years, got a felony over having 4 grams of weed on me, and I sold it to somebody because I needed bus fare. They slapped me super hard with the charge. You know, I could have went to jail for 3 years with 4 grams of weed just because I decided to sell one.
And how much is 4 grams of weed? How much money you make off 4 grams of weed? How much you sold?
4 grams.
Literally, the most you can make is $80 if you selling $20 a gram. But I sold my shit for $7 a gram. So
yeah.
So $30, you about to get how many years?
That's
3 years?
A little over an eighth. That is nothing.
Yeah, you about to get 3 years.
Exactly. And in her administration, when she was like, I forgot the position, but you know, she was helping these laws getting passed. How come is it, you know, they were slapping me with these major ass charges? My bail was set at $450,000. First time offense.
Wait,
that's some real shit. I was sitting in jail. Like, am I ever gonna get out?
$30 worth of weed.
Yep, an eighth, a little over an eighth. That's
so
crazy.
I'm saying, imagine
this
her
is what I was facing.
Fucking in control. We gonna be in jail fucking with her, man. That's why
you know
like
she.
I feel it. I'm sorry to say that. That's just my take.
Now her thing was she never wanted to prosecute any crime that had a cop involved. So like if there was any crime in California where a cop shot somebody or a cop was the aggressor, she always failed to prosecute them shit when she was the attorney general. Because she just believed, you know, cop was doing his job type shit. So,
yeah, I think, to me with Trump, I think the only reason it's a problem now, because when it was other people like Obama, it was really just black people getting shit when it was Obama in the office. But now when it's Trump in office, everybody's feeling shit. So I think that's the problem now. But my whole thing is, fuck it, leave it like that. Everybody need to feel this pain we feel. We don't need to make it where it's only just us feeling this shit. Everybody need to feel what's going on. Let Trump keep running this shit. That's how I feel.
Like you were saying, white people starting to cry, complain about the shit.
They weren't crying when Obama was in office though.
Yeah,
I agree.
So let them feel. I don't mind. Like it's bad. Let it be bad for everybody. Everybody feel this shit. Cause we've been feeling it for years.
Because if they all feeling it, we're gonna have a chance to unite and really make change that we need to make change for. You know what I mean? We're building towards that. It's already happening.
Yeah. Do you really want to get the Harris and Biden? Man, if somebody tell you you better vote for me because I do this for black people. Man, he ain't no better than Trump. He the passive racist. He passive racist. If he talking, you better do this. I did this much for black people. You better support me. He ain't no better than Trump. So
that's exactly what he's doing.
You know, man, I ain't gonna never let no. I wish a white person.
That's why I said don't play. You ain't gonna win playing Trump game because you can't play it like him, man. Like he say some crazy shit too. Like I remember he was like, "Look at my African American over there," pointing at the black dude at the rally and shit. Like,
that shit was crazy. I was like,
what are you talking about? Look at my African American.
You said that Trump?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
But no, I'm saying.
Was saying damn, you impressed him.
That's hard.
Hell yeah. No, we want you to be able to breathe. You good. Damn, that shit tight. Yo, you killing that shit. Woo!
Yeah,
yo, how you go in like, yo, you went in for like
concert.
No, for real.
Yeah, what's your cash app?
Like, this track is 7 minutes long.
What's your cash app?
Huh?
Yo, nah, you went in. That's like a little concert right there.
No, for real. That was amazing.
For when you know, in case anybody watching this shit.
Oh yeah, all day. All day.
Saying, let me put it up a little longer.
Yeah, put it up. I'm actually gonna put this out as a clip by itself.
Hey, you know, if you was at a white bar playing that shit, you be rich right now.
That was dope.
They love that shit.
You got real good. You got talent, man. You gotta keep pushing that.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Thank you. White folks love me out here. They need to pay me more.
I know they do. Yo, hey, Kalah, shout out. Hey, we gonna hit you about them headbands too, because we do